on petrol. What that means, and knowing very well what a diesel means to the country in terms of powering industries, powering transport in the country, and that is 40 shillings that providers have to find a way of transferring that to Mwananchi. Let's talk about the transport sector. What are we looking at?
Transport sector, we are looking at what everybody is expecting to happen. That there's certainly going to be a rise in the price, be it price of goods or price of travel, and that means that it is going to affect the whole economy.
Yeah.
From the agricultural sector, you are going to find the goods and the meals that we are eating will have a price component. Everything that we buy is going to have a price component. And yes, every trip you make is going to have that price component. So we certainly are looking to adjusting. We're not increasing fares. Adjusting fares.
Adjusting up.
Adjusting fares upwards to match the increase that we are having to shoulder.
You know, what Mwananchi is asking then, if you're adjusting prices up, you know, because it has been adjusted up by 40 shillings, right?
Yeah.
So are we also looking at adjusting up with 40 shillings plus your margins or what? Because one would want to ask, you know.
We're going to do it on percentage basis.
Okay.
That the price increase has gone up by 20%, 25% about. And that means that we are also likely to go up between 25% to 30%.
Okay.
The margin of 5% is because we have not adjusted fares for a very long time. And even if we do, the market brings it down. The forces in the market always brings it down because, you know, fares in Kenya are not controlled. So whatever you set, as time goes on, as competition increases, the prices settle at a particular place. And more often, the prices come down. I'll give you an example. For example, the cost to KNH.
Yes.
I've been in the industry for some time. At Kenya Bus, we used to charge 20 shillings to KNH. From Kencom.
Kencom, yeah.
Right now, you'll still go to KNH at 20 shillings.
Do you though?
During off-peak time.
Off-peak, yeah. But most of the time, it's 50 shillings.
It's 50 shillings.
Yeah.
Would that be a good price? For example, Kawangware City, the price should be about 80, but you could easily, at 5 o'clock in the morning, you could easily go by 20 shillings.
No, 30 shillings, yeah.
Or 30 shillings. So you find that the market corrections sometimes do not consider the actual cost of production. And that is where the problem is in our pricing structure. So we are hoping that we're going to go up by 25% and indeed 30% with a 5% margin of price correction. Yeah.
So that means if, let's just break it down even further for Wananchi to understand. Let's remove percentages, yeah? Let's use Kawangware, right?
Yes.
So Kawangware during peak time, because peak time is when most Kenyans use transport.
Yes.
Right? So it is 80 shillings.
Yes.
So if it's 80 shillings, so you're talking about 25% of 80 shillings, that would be
20 shillings.
20 shillings. So that means standard fare for Wananchi during peak time will definitely get to 100 shillings.
Correct.
100
Very
shillings.
correct, yes.
Right?
Yes.
And those who pay 30 shillings in the morning because it is off peak, they now expect to pay either the same or go up to 50.
Yes.
Up to 50.
That is what is likely to happen.
So in the grand scheme of things, that means Mwananchi today should expect to dig deeper, but I want to look at it from transporters' perspective, right? So in terms of you spending in a day, assuming it's 10,000 bob, let's use 10,000 bob on a day before the prices. How much are we seeing you getting to spend after the review?
In terms of the transporter?
Yes.
We are going to spend, because fuel constitutes about 40%, 40 to 45% of the cost of transportation, of cost of operating a PSV vehicle. So we are likely to see the same amount increase the same percentage increase on our costs of operation.
Yes.
And that cost of operation is what we are passing over to. So certainly you will see that we are going out of pocket of about, if it is 10,000, of about 4,000 shillings. And these 4,000 shillings we have to recoup from
us.
you. Do you use a bus? I don't think you do.
I do.
Yes.
I do.
So you're certainly going to pay for this.
Yeah, Jesse.
The most, okay, not most, but some PSVs actually are operated on loans. Whenever there's a fuel price increment, is there an issue of sustainability of these loans when it comes to the PSV operators? Do you usually note a challenge amongst the members of the public transport sector when it comes to paying their loans?
Yeah, paying the loans is a big issue. Maybe let me go back at how public transport is supposed to be financed. Public transport is a public good and is supposed to be financed by some form of subsidy. Just like the Agricultural Finance Corporation, when it gives loans to farmers, it gives to farmers at 4%. But this country has left a public good to take loans from commercial banks at 18% to 20%. That means that already you are starting off disadvantaged loan-wise because the government is not supporting you to carry its own citizens. So you are then subsidizing government. And I'll match this with, let's look at the money that is put on rail development, which doesn't make money. But public transport is here giving you a very, very good and efficient service, and you are not giving it any support. So when it comes to loans, we are finding it very, very, very difficult because these loans are ruthless, and when it is taken, you have to pay with very high interest rates. The duration within which you have to pay is, if you are lucky, you'll get 48 months, which is 4 years. In most cases, they might push you to 36 months, which becomes very, very difficult for you to pay. Now you have a price increase that is coming in. You did not budget. You are dealing with a population that is very price sensitive. And sometimes in transport, there's something we call ability to pay. You may increase fares, but if the people you are giving that price do not have the ability to pay, then they will resort to other means. They'll resort to go to walk, for example, to ride, to buy bicycles and ride. And certainly they'll look for other means to go to work. The other ones will just suppress their trips. Some will decide to work from home. Some will decide to